For more on this, let's bring in Michael Maloof, former Senior Strategic Analyst at the Pentagon. Thanks for joining us. Now, conditions on the ground getting worse every day, but Hamas now rejecting Israel's conditions for a ceasefire. What are these conditions that have been rejected, and where does that leave talks now?
Well, the Israelis are continually adding new conditions to an agreement which was actually made in July by the Biden administration that both sides allegedly had agreed to. They call for phasing in and for the Israelis ultimately to leave the Gaza Strip. Nothing about the corridors, nothing about occupation afterwards. And but this is what these are new demands now that the Israelis have put on conditions for any settlement for a ceasefire, which a lot of analysts believe is not what the Israelis want anyway. They are continually moving the goalposts, and as a consequence, this too will result in no ceasefire.
So is this Israel's way of essentially just prolonging the war? It doesn't want to end the war?
No, that's correct. And they have stated this. When Netanyahu addressed Congress recently, he basically said that he wants to go and hit Iran. They want to do away with, they want to cut off the head of the snake, as they put it, and that would be Iran. And he wants to drag the United States along with it. The United States, however, has agreed to back the Israelis, even into their incursions into Lebanon. And ultimately, they're going to be forced to back them if they intend to do something into Iran. It's really a messianic type of ordeal that you have here within the Israeli government. The cabinet itself is so divided in many respects. You have very radical ministers, Ben Gvir and Smotrich, who want to go. They want ethnic cleansing of all Palestinians and Arabs out of those regions, including in the West Bank. So in
terms of these Hezbollah strikes we saw yesterday, they were on Israeli intelligence sites and other military sites. Hezbollah, the head of Hezbollah, was pretty adamant in saying that this should be a deterrent and that they felt fairly confident that Israel would not be in a position to retaliate. Do you think that Israel will stop there? Are you suggesting that retaliatory strikes will continue into Lebanon and potentially into other parts with Iranian sites?
Well, what prompted the Hezbollah action? It was the assassination of some of their leadership, and once again the Israelis have resumed doing that even today. So they just hit a vehicle in Lebanon with a commander of some kind, and so they have no intention. In fact, it is their approach now to go after these to do the assassinations, which will be provocations in order to gain a reaction to justify Israeli response, and we're seeing this time and time again. And this is all part of the effort now by Netanyahu and his ministers to carry this to Tehran. Ultimately.
So we saw Qatar's PM meet with Iran's foreign minister today to discuss potential ceasefire talks ending the war on Gaza. But are these kinds of meetings pretty much pointless if Israel will continue, as you say, to further this war, not just in Gaza, but to the various heads of Hezbollah and in Iran? Are you suggesting that no regional players can get involved at this point?
Well, they're certainly trying. The Egyptians, the Qataris, they all want peace in the region. Everybody wants stability in that region, including the Gulf Arab countries. But Netanyahu is calling the shots, and he now feels that he is on this messianic effort of ethnic cleansing of the entire region.
But even at the cost of an attack on his own home soil, civilian attacks on Israeli soil, even at that cost?
Well, that's what's happening right now.